What's up, Colts Nation? Here's Jamal Lawrence and I'm Eric Smith, your co-host of the Colts Cast. Hey,
Yo.
look, let's get right into it, Jamal. You saw the title if you clicked on this. Who are the three best Indianapolis Colts players of 2023 so far? Let us know your thoughts about the three best Colts players. Maybe it's you don't agree with ours. Maybe you do agree, but let us know your thoughts in the comments if you're on YouTube. Jamal, waste no time with this. Who are we starting out with?
Hey,
Hey, this is no order, ladies and gentlemen,
no
but
order.
who are we starting out with?
I want to start off with, man. I thought about picking the most obvious one. I think that most people would agree with to start off with, but I don't want to start off with that person, in my humble opinion. So we're gonna start off with the guy who Eric's repping right now, Mr. D Buck himself,
Mm,
DeForest Buckner.
mm,
Hey,
mm,
hey, he's wearing the jersey for a reason,
mm.
y'all. D Buck, we picked him up from San Fran a few years ago. And when D-Buck came over, I was a little nervous at first because I said, man, is he gonna like this culture? How's he gonna adapt to it? He's coming from a 49ers team that had been balling. So when he came over, I said, listen, we know who we're getting. I mean, we know this guy's a dog. Let's see how he can hold up for us. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, D-Buck has only done one thing, and that's get better year over year over year. I mean, we're talking about a guy right now who is on pace to have his overall best statistical year since joining the Colts. Now, currently, right now, D Buck, 5 sacks, 11 quarterback hits, 7 tackles for a loss, 3 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 defensive touchdown just this season. Just this season, Eric. Projected to end the season with 75 total tackles, 43 solo, 8.5 sacks, 5 deflections. Hey,
That's
D
a
Buck
great season.
has a great season, a great one. And he only thing he's done for us this season is set the tempo for this defense. I mean, from the beginning of the year, we knew that this defense was going to have some trouble. We knew that the secondary was going to be a little, inefficient for us. We didn't know what the linebacker situation was going to be, but we said one thing, Eric, and that was that our defensive line is our most seasoned one right now. We lost Grover for 6 games. D-Buck said, hey, I know y'all going to feel a little bit of this pressure, but don't worry about it because I'm going to put y'all on my back. And he has done it every single week. It's unbelievable, man. I mean, it's unbelievable that this dog can come out every single week and figure out a way to just literally set the tempo for us. And he's a massive human being. I mean, he's currently tied right now for first and forced fumbles with some huge names: Jalen Carter, um, Darren Payne, Kenny Clark, and Aiden Hutchinson. Some big names at the defensive tackle spot. D-Buck's tied right now with them for forced fumbles in the league for being in first place. Listen, I know we don't need to put any respect on D-Buck's name because it's already been known who he is, but this dude is balling out this season, and he literally is one of, if not one of the top leaders, if not the top leader on this defense for us, and in this organization. I mean, there's a reason why they got his picture up there on the stadium. Dude is a dog. He's continued to do it week over week, and I expect nothing less from him for the rest of this season.
Woo! Starting off great, Jamal. Yeah, DeForest Buckner. I mean, just outside the pure stats, you can visually see the disruption he causes on the field. I was there at the Panthers game. I mean, I saw this guy. He got double teamed, right? And just like, he just said, "Get out of my way," and went straight for Bryce Young. Like he even, like you said, Jamal, with no Grover Stewart, he said, "I got y'all." That's why I bought his jersey, man. I knew he was gonna be a menace, and he is. The swim move. I know you guys know about it. How do you stop a 6'7", 290-pound guy who can move like that at his size? And then he does this patented swim move. His patent until he retires. But he's just too good, Jamal. And not to mention, he's been available in every game this season. Availability is the best ability. Shout out to Forrest Buckner. He is the GOAT of this defense,
Oh
in
yeah.
my opinion.
Oh yeah, without question, without question. So for this one, Eric, let's go ahead and keep it on the defensive side of the ball. Then, this guy needs no introduction. I mean, y'all know his name. They say it loud and proud. Zaire Franklin,
The
aka
other GOAT.
Ziggy
The other GOAT.
Smalls.
There's allowed
The
to be two
other, yeah.
GOATs.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Especially when they're doing the things they're doing. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, and people, you may not want to hear this right now, because I know a lot of people are still upset about what happened. But as of 11/21, Ziggy Smalls is the new face of the Colts defense here moving forward. Of course, we know Shaq is no longer with us. Hey, well, we all know how that goes. Life goes on. I mean, it's a business. You can be hurt about it or whatever the case is, but it's a business. And guess what? Ziggy since last year showed that even with injury with Shaq, that he could step up to the plate. And what did he do? He carried it right over into this season. Right over. Now, he may not be on pace right now to break the record of 214 tackles because he was out a game, but he's still on pace for 199 even after missing that game, Eric. And he's still leading the league in tackles right now. Force be reckoned with. I saw that he was voted one of the most trash talk players in the league right now. Hey, he backs it up. And that's one thing I can say about Ziggs. No matter what happened, when he's on the field, he's backing up the trash talking, and I'm all about it because he's a dog. I talked about these 7-round draft picks, these sleeper ones. Someone like him, he gets his chance. He gets out there and he shows you why he should be in the league. Zaire is the face, like you said, Eric, with D Buck on this defense, and I think that without question, if you tell me what player I'm gonna miss anytime they're not on the field, whether that's first, second, third, fourth down, or even for a game, it's Zaire. I mean, we
Yeah.
gotta have him. We gotta have him out there. He brings a new element. And Eric, I think my camera may have cut out there. Sorry, my connection is messed up a little bit. But what I was saying was he brings a different element to this team. He's a dog in this fight. And like I said, we can't not have him on this field because Zaire is that token piece, and he is that new leader of this team for us.
Yeah. I think he dropped out of being the total tackles leader
Mhm.
just by a smidge. But the only reason he's not anymore is because he missed a game. I mean, that's like 15 tackles right there. So really, if he didn't miss that game, he would be the tackles leader right now. And I mean, he still has the potential to finish as the total tackles leader of the
Oh, yeah.
NFL this season. But I don't want to hear anyone downplay the amount of tackles he has. I've heard some haters say when he's allowing receptions, so he just tackles them afterward and racks them up. No, I watch games. He gets shot out of a cannon, and he's wrecking players on every part of the field. He is that pure tackling linebacker we need, and I I don't know if there's anything else to say. Jamal Zaire is a dog, and I mean, this just kind of speaks to what draft picks, just the amount of ammo you can get and what it gives you in return. Because we always talk about, I see it all the time. If it ain't a first or second round pick, people say it's a bag of chips.
Mhm.
Yet we got Josh Downs in the third. We got Zaire in the seventh. Kenny Moore was undrafted. Rodney Thomas, seventh. There are diamonds in the rough. So here we go. We found a player, and he has developed into one of the best linebackers in the NFL now.
Without question about it. Eric, the third one. You want to start off and talk about him?
Man,
Tell us what you think. Tell us who it
man,
is.
y'all might be mad at this pick.
Mm,
My boy Josh Downs.
talk to him.
Yes. Josh Downs, a rookie being one of the best Indianapolis Colts of 2023. That is a shocker. But how many drops has Josh Downs had this season? I can't think of one.
Mm-mm.
I think PFF says he's had 0 drops this season. Not one. 43 receptions for 523 receiving yards, 12.2 yards per reception with 2 touchdowns. He's behind Michael Pittman Jr. in a couple categories like catches and yards, but I don't know. Jamal, I don't know how you feel about this, but to me, he has, I don't want to say this word, but undeniably been the best receiver on this team.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I want to say by just a smidge because Michael Pittman has been a dog this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Josh Downs, he is exactly just what the doctor ordered for us. Speed, route running, ability to make contested catches, plays above his size, 5'9", doesn't matter. He's up in the air. He jumps at the right time. He's making these catches. He's making these grabs. Elite wide receiver. Josh Downs also leads this team, at least in the wide receiver group, in average separation at 3.4 yards per next gen stats. So, we talked about this last season. Our receivers weren't getting any separation, didn't have anywhere to go with the ball really. So Josh Downs, he brings everything this Colts team needed, and he put it on the silver platter and said, I got y'all boys. And he's been killing it all season. I love Josh Downs. I'm glad we got him. I'm glad because we were looking at him all pre-draft. I was like, man, I want this guy. He was so good at North Carolina, and now we got him, and it's cutting dividends, guys.
Without question, without question. And Eric, like you said, I mean, this is a tough one because there's no disrespect to Michael Pittman Jr. at all for this. We're talking about MPJ, who has 23 more receptions than him and what 144 yards more. So well, and how we got this is, guys, if you base that percentage off, I mean, we talking about 23 more receptions and only 144 more yards. Downs averaging 12.2. He gives us 23 receptions. I mean, he's blowing those numbers out of the water. So that's kind of the thought process for this. Again, nothing against MPJ because he's been electric force as well this year. But Downs has just shown exceptional. He's exceptional when he's on the field, and even when he was injured. I mean, when he had that knee injury, we didn't expect him to really come in. He came in on a super low pitch count. I mean, he only had a couple plays. One of those plays he was in was a nice little bomb he caught for us to help continue to push the sticks downfield, and that's what we need, guys. I mean, Eric, you talked about that separation. Hey, you can get behind those linebackers. That's what we need. No linebackers don't have to drop into coverage to take on Josh Downs. I can't think of anybody who's going to want to. They're going to get beat. He's too quick. He's too shifty. His footwork is phenomenal. Safety walking down on him. I take my chances with Josh Downs without question. So again, Downs brings everything we need to the table, and I think that he's actually benefiting a lot more than I think we'd have anticipated with having Minshew back there because the short game is prevalent with Minshew. So Downs getting a lot of those quick receptions where that straight off the ball he can get a quick pass and then do the work with his legs afterwards. So I think that's a huge benefit for him at this time having Minshew back there at quarterback because it's kind of putting him in those quick pop plays for him.
But Downs can play at every level of the field. So
Without
not
question.
only is he on those short, shallow routes, but I mean, think of all the bombs he's caught, over
Mhm.
20 plus yards. It's a good bit this season. I'm telling you, Downs is a downfield threat, middle of the field threat, short, flat. I mean, Downs is really good, and he's great at where he's at, in the slot, things like that, outside, all that. Josh Downs, I don't know. He could end up being the best receiver on this team in due time, but
I think he will be. I'm not gonna lie
yeah,
to y'all.
he's just been killing it. And like when you think of spectacular grabs this season, I think he takes the cake on that one, especially with the amount of grabs he's had this season that were spectacular. So when you factor all of those things we just said together, he makes the top 3 list on this Colts team.
Hmm.
He's done something as far as being a rookie and just cementing himself like as a problem for opposing defenses. So hey, Josh Downs, man.
Hey, take us to the next level. I'm ready to see him out there on Sunday. Hey, that's the list, y'all. That's the list. I mean, like you said, Eric, drop the comment. Let us know how y'all feel about that. If you're still here and you haven't gone ahead and like, subscribe, go ahead and knock that out for us as well. Um, we love to get that feedback from you guys, and we love bringing you new energy every single time. So, Eric, you got anything else for us today?
Hey, that's all I got.
Bet,
That's gonna
bet.
be it for us, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast live on Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube. Yeah, you already know. Any platform you use to listen to
Any.
podcasts. Hey, we'll be back next time to give you some more Colts content.
Hey, y'all take care.
We out.